my whole life, I've been battling with being unlovable. And God showed me through Julia's teaching and through scripture that she uses, God taught me exactly what I needed to hear in this moment in life, that I am His, that I am chosen, that I am loved. What I need is to make sure that nobody else can feel unlovable. I want to help people feel worthy, and I want to live worthy because that's how He's called me to be.
The Dare to Dream conference for me showed me that I can be who God created me to be. I had put this person, that girl, down on a shelf, and I lost her. And over my course of my life, I see through Julia's book and the homework that we get to do.
Dream work is how she said.
The dream work. I was able to shed some negativities, some truths that were actually lies that I was living. Now I can live in His truth and be bold for Him and live brightly. Like, I've always felt like I had this light that was dim and almost sniffed out because of the enemy had that place in my life. And through this conference and through the work that I have been doing and that the Lord is doing in my life, I am taking new ground and I can live for the Lord authentically and confidently.
If I would have had this information 10 years ago, I couldn't even imagine where we would be as a couple, where I would be in ministry, where we would be dreaming together to do what God has called us to do in a completely different lens. And I mean, I couldn't imagine. Just even being out of this weekend and being able to go to church today, to be able to love on people from a different place. Because before, as much as I love people, it wasn't as authentic because I really didn't know what I needed to know to think I was worthy, more or less someone else being worthy.
I had a fear of rejection. And relationships I kept at an arm's length because of the fear of rejection. And if I would have had this 10 years ago, I can see relationships that would have gone deeper, and I could have been more vulnerable and real, authentically be me with people. And I think for us in ministry, even with my children, I did things, I parented out of rejection, a fear of them not liking me as a mom. Or what if they left and they never came back? So, and he did with the same thing. He parented out of a place of being unloved. He couldn't show love because he didn't receive the love that they wanted to give him. So I think we would have parented differently, we would have done ministry differently, we communicate differently. Ultimately, I am so thankful that I don't have to live in if I had it 10 years ago, I can live in the now and go forward. And I'm so thankful to look forward to what 10 years is going to be coming, the fruit that's going to come from this moment in this conference.
This whole weekend has really aligned, even reading the book, even going through the workbook. The more that I think about it, 10 years ago, I would have stopped asking the question, who am I? And I would have realized already who I am. Who I am, I'm worthy. Who I am, I'm loved. Who I am, I'm redeemed. Who I am, I'm His, I'm chosen. That's what I would have realized 10 years ago. One thing is, from here on out, I think, one, it's going to strengthen our marriage. I mean, we're celebrating 25 years this month, and I think that from this moment forward, things are going to be better in that we're going to see each other through the lenses that God created us to see instead of the lenses that we brought into the relationship. I believe that ministry is going to look differently because the lens of love and the lens of worthiness and the lens of all the things that came down. You know, I think we looked through those rose-colored glasses, and that's what we weren't meant to look through. I believe that God has, He has called us to look through clear glasses, and He made it clear in His Word. And I think that, from here on out, things are going to look differently from just the way we live life.
People will be able to see the difference in us. We always said we were very authentic and we're very transparent. I think we were more transparent than we were authentic, only because we didn't realize there was a thing under the thing, and you'll get to know that when you go to the conference. To be able to share with people the change that could happen in their life, if they're struggling with something, let's get to the bottom of why you're struggling. No amount of counseling is going to do what Julia has done for us, being able to go to the depths of a childhood memory that could either be good or bad. What she has done has changed our life. It's changed the people around us, their lives. I can only imagine what it's going to do for thousands and thousands of people. So, Julia, thank you. Thank you. This is just the beginning of new fruit. They planted new seeds, and I cannot wait to see what God does with it, where He's taking us, and all the more lives that we get to impact and just bring this message to them so that their lives can be changed as well.
So Julia, thank you. I am so excited to see what God has in store for your ministry. This is our can't not. Like this is something that you have to do. You have to go to this event. This event will change your life. If you can't afford it, find someone to sponsor you. This is something that I believe everybody needs to grab a hold of. You think you've dreamed all your life. I can guarantee after this weekend, after reading the book, you haven't dreamed as God has wanted you to dream. You will unpack in your life that you will never think that was there, but is actually there.
Don't miss this.